All right, great. Now that the server has restarted, we have it here. It's up and running, but we want to eventually have another virtual machine added to this domain, and it's going to be within the virtual box, of course. Now, by default, the IPs that you're going to get for each VirtualBox machine, they're going to be same, but they're going to be on a separate isolated network. Now, in order for them to communicate with each other, you have to change your network settings for VirtualBox. Now, you can go to VirtualBox, and for this version, this is as of what version is this? This is VirtualBox 7. I'm not sure if they're going to change it after that, but with the previous ones you had to go to tools and it was somewhere in there, but for this one you go to file, click on tools, and go to network manager. It's going to take you over to this tab here. Now you want to go to networks, and you want to change the um, you want to change these settings here, right? So you click and you go to properties, and it's going to pull up. All right, sorry. All right, so you go to properties, and it's going to pull up this here, the IPv4 prefix. Now you can configure this as you please and give it a name. I just like to change it from the default, which is I think it's 10.0.2. I can't remember what it was. 10.0. Dot 2.15, something like that, right? Now you can just change it to 192.168. Whatever you're familiar with, and give it a IP here. I leave it as a 24 because 250 four IPs are just fine for me. I'm only testing two VMs here, right? And you give it a name. Now, once you do this, you have to go back to VirtualBox, the specific VM, sorry, and you go to File, sorry, you go to Machine, you go to Settings, Network, and you select NAT network from this attached to dropdown. And then once you do that, you're going to see the network that you created here. You just apply it and click OK. Then you go in, and for since this is a desktop here, this can stay on DHCP, but for the server, especially being a domain controller, you want to manually assign an IP. A domain controller should never have DHCP, because if that domain controller restarts or gains a new IP, everything is can get messed up for your DNS routing and so on. All right, so you give your domain controller a static IP. Um, Go in here and IPv4 settings and give it a static IP, right? Now, at that point, your virtual machine should be able to ping the IP of the domain controller, and that should let you know, well, if it is capable of being added, although you're not quite done yet, right? So you can ping and enter the, sorry, it's 20.40.250. All right, so we can reach it. So that means that eventually we will be able to add this VM to the domain, right? So we will get to that shortly.